Section 23 of the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri, translated by Courtney Langdon. This Librivox recording is in the public domain. Inferno, Canto 23. The Eighth Circle, Fraud. The Sixth Trench, Hypocrites.
Silent, alone, and unaccompanied we went along, one first and one behind, as minor friars go when on the road. My thoughts, by reason of the present brawl, were turned to Aesop's fable, that wherein he talks about the frog and mouse. For now, and at this moment, are no more alike than one is like the other, if beginning and end be linked by an attentive mind. And even as one thought from another springs, so next from that one was another born, which doubled my first fear. Hence thus I thought, these devils have been scorned on our account, and with such injury and scoff indeed, that I believe that they are greatly vexed. If anger to ill will be joined, they'll come more fiercely after us than doth a dog the rabbit which he seizes with his teeth. Already I was feeling all my hair bristling with fear, when gazing back intent, I said, If, teacher, thou hide not thyself and me with speed, I dread the evil claws. We have them now behind us, and I so imagine them that I already feel them. And he,
If I were made of leaded glass, thine outward image I would not reflect more quickly than thine inward I receive. Even now thy thoughts were coming among mine with outlook and intent so similar, that I with both a single purpose formed. If it be true the right bank slopeth so, that to the following trench we can descend, we shall escape from this imagined chase.
He had not finished telling me his plan, when not far off I saw them coming on with wings outspread, intent on seizing us. My leader then took hold of me at once, even as a mother, by the noise aroused, and seeing close to her the burning flames, seizes her child and flees, and doth not stop, since caring more for him than for herself, even long enough to clothe her with a shift. And downward from the ridge of that hard bank, his back he yielded to the hanging rock, which closes one side of the following trench. Water ne'er moved as swiftly through a sluice to turn the overshot wheel of a mill when closest to the paddles it approaches, as did my teacher o'er that selvage bank, bearing me down with him upon his back, as though his son I were and not his mate. His feet had hardly reached the trench's bed below, when they were on the ridge above, just over us, but naught was now to fear, because the Providence on high, which willed to place them in the fifth trench as its servants, takes from them all the power of leaving it. A painted people found we there below, who, moving with exceedingly slow steps, shed tears, and in their looks appeared subdued and weary. Cloaks they had, equipped with cowls, lowered before their eyes, and cut like those which in Cologne are fashioned for her monks. So gilded outside are they that they dazzle, but inside all are lead, and of such weight that those which Frederick clothed men with were straw. O cloak that wearies through eternity! We turned again as ever to the left, along with them, intent on their sad plaint. But owing to the weight, that weary folk came on so slowly that new company we had at every motion of our legs. Hence to my leader I, Contrive to find some one whom we may know by deed or name, and while thus going move thine eyes around. And one, who heard my Tuscan speech, cried out behind us,
Stay your feet, O ye that run so quickly through the gloomy air. From me perhaps shalt thou receive what thou dost ask.
Thereat my leader turned and said,
Now wait, and then proceed according to his pace.
I stopped, and two I saw, those faces showed great mental haste to be with me, and yet their burden and the narrow path delayed them. On coming up to us they watched me long with eyes askance, and uttered not a word. Then toward each other turning, thus they spoke.
This one seems by the action of his throat alive.
But if they're dead, by what right then go they uncovered by the heavy stole?
And then addressing me, they said,
O Tuscan, who to the gathering of sad hypocrites art come, scorn not to tell us who thou art.
And I to them, On Arno's lovely stream, and in its famous town both born and bred, I'm in the body I have always had. But who are ye, adown whose cheeks there drips, as I perceive, so great a woe, and what the penalty which sparkles on you thus?
These orange cloaks
One answered,
are of lead, and of such thickness are they, that the weights thus cause the scales that balance them to creak. We jovial friars were, and Bolognese, I Catalan, and Lodoringo he, by name, and chosen by thy town together, as one alone is usually called, to keep its peace. And such we were, as still in the Gardingo's neighbourhood appears.
O friars, I began, your evil deeds, but said no more, because there struck mine eyes one crucified by 3 stakes on the ground. On seeing me, sighs through his beard he blew, and writhed all over. Then Fra Catalan, informed thereby of what had happened, said,
The pinioned man thou gazest at advised the Pharisees that it expedient was to torture one man for the people's sake. Stretched crosswise, as thou seest on the road, and naked, he is forced to be the first to feel how much whoever passes weighs. And in like fashion suffer in this ditch his father-in-law, and others of the council, which proved a seed of evil for the Jews.
I then saw Virgil marvelling at him who in the figure of a cross was stretched so basely in eternal banishment. Then to the friar he addressed these words,
Be not displeased to tell us, an you may, if on the right there lie a crossing place, by means of which we two may issue hence, without black angels being forced to come and extricate us from this trench's bed.
Nearer than thou dost hope.
He then replied,
A crag there is, which at the great round wall begins, and all the cruel trenches spans, save that at this one it is broken down, and spans at naught. But ye can climb the ruins which from its base lie piled along the slope.
My leader kept his head bowed down a while, then said,
Wrongly did he report the thing, who yonder grapples sinners with his hook.
The friar then,
Among the many vices given the devil at Bologna, I once heard that he a liar is, and sire of lies.
Thereat my leader with great strides departed, somewhat disturbed by anger in his looks. Then I the burdened left, and followed on behind the footprints of beloved feet.
End of Inferno, Canto 23.